Good morning, everyone. Today we are back with Christy over at Christy's Beautiful Life, and this is 30 Days of Sketches with Christy's Beautiful Life. And today's sketch artist is Kristen Foster. She's over at Scrappingonthefly, or Scrappingonthefly. I always want to call it Scrappingonthefly. And she has some circles. She's got a sun, and then she's got a circle. She's got a bigger circle, and then like a half a circle. She's got like ocean waves. She's got some little pointers here, and she's got a little sandcastle here, and one photo. So my takeaway from this is I just want to do a beach scene. So anyway, I do have the one photo, and then otherwise it's going to be a beach scene that's going to be pretty easy because I'm going to use beach scene paper. And I have Aiden, he's the boy twin, and they were probably, I think he looks 2 because it looks like before the glasses, unless he just was missing them that day, which once he got glasses, he was totally aware because I think, finally he got to see. And so anyhow, they're at Point Ruston, and this is in the state of Washington. They are in the sand, climbing on rocks, just playing different things. And it looks like over here they even have like things where it's chalked off or something here. And I know I have the other kids, so I'll be doing their pictures one of these days with that also. So here is my plan. It's like I was looking at it, and I thought, okay, this kind of gives that feeling, it's like I got a circle up here. I've got the water. I have some land and sand like in the sketch. And now this day it looks sunny, but you don't really see like super sunny. But it could be, but in the picture you still see blue sky. And so I'm thinking, okay, this looks perfect. Her picture is a little bit more to the right, which I will eventually push it over a little more to the right. I think what I decided to do was pull this into this here and see how it's like. When I push this over, it looks like it fits right into these rocks here. So it almost looks like the same scene, like it's really taken out of that scene. And I know I did that with another picture one day. I don't know whether it was this month or last month, but I thought that's really cool. And then I thought, okay, there's a boat here, but I'm going to cover it up. And so that's kind of, sad that I'm going to cover up the boat. So I, in the elements is what they call them. There was a boat. So I thought, okay, I'm going to put that in here. So I'm going to cut apart these here and slide this in here. And then I'm going to put some other embellishments. And then I thought, and I love the rope. I tried to find a rope that was thick enough that I had in my stuff that I could use here, but there was not one. So it's like, okay, I'm just going to leave it like this. And then I also thought that I would maybe frame it, because I like sometimes a little bit of frame, especially since I'm not going to be doing a whole lot of embellishing because it's already very embellished. So I thought I would use this wood paper. So I've actually cut the circle out of there, and so now you're going to see the magic, through the magic of video. I have this cut out here, and it was really funny because I was cutting this out with my razor blade, and I have this Cricut one. Somebody told me that this was a good one. I think it might have been Michelle. And I do really like this one. I had one that was all wiggly. It was very annoying. This, I like. It feels like it good in your hand. It works well. And so anyway, I cut these out to put the boat in there. So I'm going to put this on here, and so I can do that right now. I did not do too much trimming, so the line or the framing around is going to be very tiny, but I like how it looks. Just because I didn't want to cut that rope. Otherwise, if I wasn't careful, it was cutting the, it'd be cutting the rope. And I really love the rope. In fact, I thought about cutting up the other paper I have just like this, just for the rope. My husband said, "You would cut up the whole paper just for that rope?" I said, "Yeah, might not have been the first time." So here's what I did. You've seen that it's like I'm going to put the boat there. And so the boat still showed here. So I pulled out, let's see, what colors did I use there? I used navy blue and regular blue and just colored in what was going to show, because otherwise you've still seen part of this boat here. And I'll show you here. Here's the difference. See, you've seen all this here and here. So I just colored it in the best I could, and it's like, if you don't know that it's a different color, it looks real good. Okay, so I'm gonna stick that in here, and I think I'll just put a little tape on it right now. And I know where it goes because it can't go any further than what I've cut the pieces of wood up there. And so you can still see this, but you can't see that under here, which you could before. And then this here, I'm going to actually cover up this boat pretty much. And this right here, it was also lighter, and I took some gray and some brown and colored this in here. And then I just kind of faded it out to where it wasn't quite so dark. So it looked more like a shadow like this here. And so I'm gonna put that right here. And also this rock, I made it a little larger by putting it down here. And I could use a little bit of a black or a gray to make these look a little bit more like the rocks that are there. It's like, I just thought I'm just gonna kind of alter what's here to make it look like he's right in that spot. And I love how that looks. Okay, and where's my invisible ruler? Here it is, because I do want it to be straight once I get it over there. Okay, and this is where it needs to be. You know, I didn't really push it down, but it really grabbed it. Okay, let's see here. That looks like about where it needs to be. Okay, that looks pretty good there. I'm just going to make it just a little bit darker. I just thought the only thing that's keeping it from looking like that is it's just not quite dark enough. So I thought I'm just going to make it just a little bit darker. And then maybe a little bit more of the gray. And it's not perfect, but I mean, it looks It looks good. I like it. Okay, and then I have this life preserver. And I think I'm going to put that there where you still kind of see the seashell in there. And then I'm going to put this anchor over it, and I'm going to put this up on dimensionals. So I'm going to put this there. Okay, and I'm going to put the shell here, so I'm going to leave a little bit of room for that. But I want it closer to this. Okay, that's good there. And I'm going to put this up on dimensionals. It's a little bit smaller, but I think it's going to make this look like it's just part of the shell, because you know how they're kind of layered in like concentric circles. So I think that will look really good there. I don't remember what the year was on this one. It's from 2022. So it must have been before I was buying like the extra embellishments or the extra sheet of embellishments, because I didn't have very much embellishments. But, you know, it's like I still had enough, otherwise I could have cut out the 3x4 note cards, which I still did not use. Okay, and then I have the anchor. I was even thinking about putting this up on something just to make it a little bit closer visually. So let me see what that looks like. I think I will do that one because it's bigger. Okay, and then I'm going to put this up on dimensionals. I think I'm going to have to do the smaller ones now. I had to make sure I wasn't seeing it from the other side. I couldn't tell how close I got to the edge. Okay, put that there. I might need one, maybe I need one of the big ones cut, or maybe a couple. I think one more should do it. Okay. So I'm going to put that right across there. These pictures of the kids are so cute because they're little and yet they're just climbing because everybody else is climbing. And I've got some of their cousins too, so I'll be doing their pictures later. My other grands. Okay, so I'm going to put that right there. Oh, and I kind of covered up all that whole starfish, but that's okay. Okay, and I'm calling it Point Ruston. And my goal was to put up here, but I could not find I'm sure that I have navy in the Heidi Swapp letters that are really tiny, and that's what I wanted. But I found these. I love these. These are also Heidi Swapp, but I don't really like them up there. And when I put them here, it almost looks like it was made for that. So I'm going to put them there, and I'm going to pause, and I'll be right back. Okay, I've got the title on there. And I love how that looks. It just looks like it was meant to be there. Okay, and then I found navy blue enamel dots. And I'm gonna stick, I want a big one here. Stick the big one right there. And I'm going to stick one by the shell too. And I want it just on the rope there. Okay. And then I'll put one over here by the lighthouse. Where do I want them? I think I'll put one down there. And then up by the Point Ruston. Maybe I want that one slid up a little more. Well, maybe I won't. I don't think either one. I'd like them a little closer together. There we go. And that is it for today. So that one was, I think it's quick. Well, once I did the fussy cutting around. So that is it. I will have close-ups at the end. Remember, down below will be a link to all the still shots, and then also one link that takes you to everybody who's creating the YouTube videos. And I will be back tomorrow, and I will see you then. Have a wonderful and blessed day. Close-ups at the end. Bye-bye.